Hi, everybody. Welcome back and happy Saturday. Welcome back to Up and Adam Channel 2, where we are giving you all of, well, this is sort of like a mashup, which is usually what Channel 2 is, but we're just getting into a little bit of the tea. Now, I'm not just saying one kind of tea, I'm kind of just adding two things together. We'll get into it. You guys, I feel like I'm being silly right now. I think I'm Delulu because I got 4 hours of sleep last night. But that's okay. We're going to a charity event tonight at 4 p.m., which is in less than 3 hours. So wish me luck. I'm going to wake my ass up. Now, with that, guys, before we jump in, if you guys haven't already, go ahead, pop off in the comment section. If you're not subscribed, get subscribed. Don't forget to hit that notification bell. And we got to start here. There's a lot of rumors and the nastiness about Jennifer Aydin, who's now speaking out about the supposed loan that she gave to Teresa. Now, I thought that this was interesting because, well, she's been looped into a lot lately. I don't know if it's just because she's best friends with Teresa or what the situation is. When it comes to Jennifer Aydin, she never finds herself good press. Like this woman never gets a good press moment. Sometimes like this, it's just because of the ties, which she can't help. And I think that's kind of shitty. But then other times it's like going to Jersey Mike's and acting like a fool. So sometimes she does it to herself and sometimes it just happens. I don't know. But she has publicly refuted the claims that she and her husband Bill loaned Teresa and Louis over $500,000 to go towards their debts. Now, we have talked about this so many times. I feel like we are beating something to death over here because at the end of the day, we all know he has over 2.6 million in tax liens. She has over $300,000 in tax liens. Teresa has even addressed this and said, yeah, the tax liens, that's true. That happened. That's life. We're going to get through it. Now, I think that she said it very like calmly, like we're going to get through it. I don't think $300,000 to her is like some astronomical amount. But then you say that and it's like, well, if it's not an astronomical amount, then why wouldn't you have paid it by now? But I think fans on the outside looking in see them going to Mykonos and they see them going on these lavish vacations and they see these designer clothes and these bags and the trips and just everything. And they're like, well, you have this opulent lifestyle, or you just like living way above your means? And what is actually going on the inside of that home? And for Teresa, she's like, pump the brakes. I share my shit with you guys on the Real Housewives in New Jersey, but you don't get to access every facet of my life, which is also fair. Now, getting back to Bill and Jennifer Aydin, she addressed these claims on Instagram and she labeled them as fake news. This is twice now that she's had to go down that rabbit hole. And she even commented towards one saying, I also did not lend Teresa and Louis any money. That is also false. That came after she wrote, this is fake news about her house. If this was true, there would be documents. There's documents for everything else out there. This isn't any different. And my house is not worth $3 million. LOL. Actually, her home, and I'm not sitting here. I'm not sitting here trying to like gas anybody up. Her home is valued closer to like 10 million. So it's an expensive ass home. Her home's in Paramus, New Jersey. It's not a $3 million home. There's so many places, like even here in Hilton Head, you know, to see what $3 million gets you, it's insane. In Florida, what $3 million will get you, like if you're actually in like a decent area and not just like in the middle of like the Everglades. In California, $3 million is probably going to get you like 1,200 square feet. It's wild to see what it gets you all over the place. But a $10 million home, I don't care where you go. If you have $10 million, you're putting it towards a home, you're getting something decent. It's going to be good. You're not getting like this, like just mediocre home to a millionaire for $10 million. For me, I don't care if you I didn't grow up in like big, massive homes. So you could give me a tent and I will survive. I'm going to go on Naked and Afraid and show you guys. But on top of that, she also dismissed the reports of her own financial troubles because that came out too, stating that if her and Bill, again, had filed for the bankruptcy, there would be documents to prove this. Now, I do want to defend her in this regard too, because Bill was the primary breadwinner, clearly, or is, always was. Her check, I think, is like Jennifer Tilly on Beverly Hills saying, like, that's like our snack money. It's not the same as his money. And plus, her family has the jewelry stores. So she is fine. She is not financially struggling. I don't think that it doesn't take a genius to figure that out. She has however many Ferraris, she told us. She can't even count them. There's so many. Yeah. All right. Well, let's go over to the Jax and Brittany of it all too, because that was another conversation that came out where Jax is clapping back at Brittany's story about the incident that led to rehab. He's pointing out the holes in all of this, like the narrative that she is giving, which is going to be so interesting when we watch the Valley come out in April, because we're going to be able to see it. We're going to be able to pick it apart. It's like Paige and Craig's breakup. People were immediately picking sides. And then once we watched it play out on TV, a lot of people either changed positions on that, whatever the case would be. I don't think that a lot of people are going to take Jax's side in anything, but he did deny failing drug tests, and Brittany did throw some shade at him. So let's just kind of go through some of the things that he said. And I quote, "So I believe that she was making up her own conclusions to fit her narrative, because it's impossible for her to know what was actually going on, because we didn't see each other for 8 months." Talking about what was happening with him and his sobriety. I don't know if she's making up things to fit a narrative, or if she is just so conditioned to know that he is or was constantly in an induced state, and that she's seen it, she's been around it, she knows what it looks like, and she's like, nope, I'm not doing anything to fit a narrative. That was you. You did that. You've done it multiple times. But he did say, "I have not raged or even raised my voice to anyone since I've been out of that facility back in December." What is funny about that part is, well, no, that was after Zach Wickham's statement of saying that he came out of rehab worse than he went in. All right. He hasn't raised his voice. I'm wondering if the hit and run incident was after December too, because he had a couple moments where I don't think a tiger changes its stripes overnight, if that makes sense. I mean, clearly it's not my saying, but you guys get what I'm saying. Another thing that he said, and I quote, "I don't even know how Kristen could even speak on anything going on, any of this in his life. I haven't talked to her in God knows how long, probably since filming, to be honest." So again, they're just filling their narrative of what they quote unquote think is going on with him. He's saying, "I have not been around any of them since filming. They don't know what's happening in my life. I am in a better place. I am being a better person," because he went on this Us Weekly cover where he was talking about how his son saved his life and made him sober. So this is what he's talking about. He said that Brittany asked him to come to their son Cruz's doctor's appointment because she thought that he was hungover and it wouldn't have gone over well, which 100% happened. Then he also admitted that he wasn't calm when he saw the text from Julian Sensley. That's what sent him into the rage. That's why he eventually went to rehab, which we already knew that part. And then he said that he saw red and he raised his voice at Brittany and then looked back at Cruz and he felt sick to his stomach. He said, "That's when I kind of knew that I needed to do something." And on top of that, the potential loss of his job was a driving force for him to get help, because that's his money. That's how he pays for his family and his lavish lifestyle. But he did deny failing any drug tests at the second rehab facility. He said that did not happen. And while he denied that, he also admitted to direct messaging a lot of women to get back at Brittany and using a manipulation tactic by lying about Kristen's fiance telling him things. So he's kind of giving you like a scale here. He's like, "I'm going to deny this, but I'm going to admit to this," which is actually also, that could be used as a manipulation tactic, because it's kind of like, I'm not just denying everything. It's more like, maybe it seems like a more balanced approach, which Jax and balanced at the same time. I don't know. Anyways, I want to hear what your guys' thoughts are, especially about the Jennifer Aydin, Bill Aydin thing with Teresa and Louis. By the way, She did say I didn't give them any money. I believe that, but also as a friend, if I loaned my friend or family member money, nobody else in my friend group or family would know. Like if I had my brother call and ask me for money, I'm not going to go just telling, like nobody would know, you know? And same thing with friends. Like if a friend needed help from me, I'm not going to just go blast it around everywhere. I would keep it to myself. And if somebody asked me if it happened, I would probably be like, either that's none of your business, where did you hear that? Or just so I wouldn't embarrass that person who's already under so much scrutiny for their financial and legal troubles, I would probably just have to like tell like a white lie about it and be like, no, that didn't happen because I mean, I would sacrifice, I guess, my own integrity in that situation just so I didn't make that person feel even shittier about their position. I don't know. I want to hear what you guys think. Guys, pop off in the comment section, smash the like button. If you're not subscribed, get subscribed. Don't forget to hit that notification bell, and we'll see you next time. Love you guys.